Everyone, back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day, and it's all about our star striker, Alexander Isak. That's right, the man in form, can't stop scoring, looks brilliant. What a player, probably the hottest property in Europe right now in terms of a centre forward, and that's why people are sniffing around our star striker and seeing where they can potentially prize him away from Newcastle United. Now, there's a story that's gone out by Luke Edwards in the Telegraph that Newcastle United has slapped £150 million price tag on Isak, probably to scare people away. Now, you know I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Luke Edwards, and I will give him credit on this one. I think he's probably bang on the money with this article, to be fair. He's not normally with his other stuff, especially when he's praising Steve Bruce and giving everybody else lectures, but on this one, he's probably bang on, because why wouldn't you scare people off signing Alexander Isak? This guy is unbelievable, probably the best centre-forward we've had at the club since Alan Shearer. Presence, quality, skill, flair, pace, goals, you name it. The lad has it in spades. The only critique probably of him in his time in Newcastle, he's picked up niggly injuries. Had he not done that, how many goals would he have now? He'd probably be snapping at the heels of Shearer's Premier League goal scoring record, because he's got ahead of Ferdinand already. I think he's tied with Cole possibly, or he's maybe close to Cole in the charts. I haven't got it in my hand right now, but he's not too far away from it. But he's a fantastic player, 25 years old I think now, so he's right in the kind of prime of his career, probably 25 to 29, probably the peak years he's going to have as a centre forward, and we want those peak years to be at Newcastle United. Apparently people were sniffing around the summer, and Newcastle said they weren't interested in selling. I think Chelsea were having a little dabble, as they often do. I don't know how Chelsea can still spend this level of money and not breach the financial fair play and PSR rules, because they seem to have obviously pictures of somebody who made those rules up, probably in the strip club they're going to show their wife, I imagine, but allegedly. But going back to this whole scenario, Alexander Isak for me is almost irreplaceable right now. Putting £150 million on is the right thing to do, because it scares people away. Because I don't care how rich these clubs think they are, they can't afford that fee right now. Not in a PSR, FFP will. We saw the other day Manchester United still owe people 300 million fucking quid in transfers. So if they can't get away with it, I don't know who's going to get away with it. Arsenal can't afford 150 million quid. Liverpool can't afford that. Chelsea can't afford that without selling a key player. Now, Barcelona and Real Madrid apparently are also keeping an eye on Alexander Isak. Mbappe's just started to kind of click in a little bit at Real Madrid, so maybe that one won't happen. But Barcelona, I can definitely see them needing a centre-forward. Lewandowski is not getting any younger. He's still scoring loads of goals, but he will eventually, you know, drift off and probably end up in the MLS or even in Saudi or something like that. And then they might be looking at a toss-up between Haaland and Isak. And Isak certainly fits the bill, I think, of a Barcelona player right now, because he's not just good at scoring goals, he's good at everything. But Newcastle United, in my opinion, can't sell this player for 150 million or 200 million or even more than that. The world record fee is 198 for Neymar going from Barca to PSG for what it's worth. But I think Alexander Isak is the main piece of this jigsaw. We have to build a team around this lad. You know, yes, we've got a good spine of players there. We've got obviously Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali, Sven Botman when he's in fit and firing in the back there. You've got Hall and Livramento who really clicked onto a game as well. The keeper needs upgrading, in my opinion, but we'll talk about that probably nearer the time. His name's been linked already at Newcastle for that. But Alexander Isak is the jewel of the crown. He really, really is. You could sell Bruno and replace him. Now, I obviously don't want to do that, because Bruno is unbelievable for us, and especially since he's moved into that A position with Tonali at the 6, he's looked even better. But you could sell Bruno and replace him. Louis Miley may even turn into the Bruno replacement. We don't know yet. But you could not replace Alexander Isak for anything less than at least 100 million quid for maybe Gyökeres from Sporting or something like that. But even that's not a guarantee that you come in the league and score goals like Isak is doing, and have the overall play that Isak is doing as well. The Arsenal first is ridiculous for this player, just because the Thierry Henry comparisons are thrown out left, right and centre. You know, the way he plays, the way he glides across the pitch, the pace, his ability to finish the number 14, it all, you know, stinks of Thierry Henry, you know, kind of look-alike, I suppose, or doppelganger, if you will. But he's not Thierry Henry, he's Alexander Isak. You know, but the Arsenal fans are obsessed with having this player in their ranks. Now, Arsenal need a good centre-forward. That's been the missing piece of their jigsaw for years now. They probably would have won the league if they had a proper 20-goal-a-season striker, and they haven't had that. They've dabbled, they've fucked around, they've tried to sign players. It's not quite worked, but they will need a centre-forward soon. But I think they're more than likely to try and sign someone like Vlahovic from Juventus than Alexander Isak, because it'll be about half the price. Because there's no way Newcastle should be selling Isak any less than 150 million. His contract runs to 2028, but in my opinion, we shouldn't sell him at all. But this doesn't surprise me. We've done this to scare off other teams. And listen, we're still talking about a contract extension for Isak, and rightly so, he's earned it. You know, I think in the January transfer window, there may be some of the big wage earners move on, possibly Trippier, Good move on, which will free up some more salary weekly, which Alexander Isak can have as an increase to his current salary. But one thing is for sure, this lad right now is so invaluable at Newcastle United. For us to do anything this season, score goals, win games, get us to Champions League football, Isak is imperative. We need him to stay fit and do it. But that is a big concern come the end of the season. If we don't qualify for Europe, which is still going to be difficult, regardless of this upturn in form, there's a lot of football to go until the end of the season. If Newcastle get in the Champions League, we don't need to worry, I don't think, about Isak and Bruno going anywhere. If we don't get in the Champions League and get in the Europa League, they may give us another season. But if we get no Europe, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of an exodus from Newcastle. Not to be negative, I'm just being realistic. But let us know in the comments below what you guys think about the price tag slapped on Isak. Do you think it's good, or are you a bit concerned that the club are actually saying they will trade him for the right figure? Let us know. Smash a comment in, guys. Like and subscribe. We'll be back with more Newcastle United content. Loads of stuff coming. Hopefully the tonking of Manchester United very soon. And I'll be licking my lips and eating the popcorn, watching that, hopefully, like the rest of you do. Have a belt, everyone. We'll catch you later. Cheers.